of the interwebs, Sarah here, and I am back with yet another video. So people, I have been, I'm gonna say tagged in the 25 Bookish facts. I don't know if it's a tag, but it feels like a tag, by my friend Lizzie. Her channel is going to be in the description. She is an awesome booktuber. Everyone should go over, subscribe, give her a load of love to do this. So I guess I'm just going to start before I start rambling because you guys know me. Okay, the first fact about me is that if I start a book, I have to finish it. Even if I absolutely hate the book, I will force myself to finish it because I feel like I've put my energy into the book, I've dedicated time. The book deserves for me to finish it, at least that. I don't need to read the rest of the series, but I've started it, I need to finish it. It's something that I have to do. Fact number 2 is about 80% of the books I read at the moment are university books. So my life at the moment has been reading into film genres for my script for my dissertation. So about 80% of all my reading is either mystery, horror or teen film genre books. So the other 20% is my fun reading, but like literally the reading it's not boring, it's just very blah, like tediously blah. That was a sentence, yes. Fact number 3 is I have perfected the art of reading while doing something else, such as like eating or drinking tea or cooking. I've perfected the art of doing those two things at once, because that's when I have time to do reading, is like while I'm eating food or while I'm cooking food, and then drinking tea is just... Anyone who knows me knows that I drink about 12 cups of tea a day and it's not good for you, but that's just Sarah, she needs it to function. Fact number 4, one of my favourite books ever is The Secret Garden. To the point where I actually have done a photography project on The Secret Garden where I tried to turn Edinburgh into the middle of the Norwich countryside. Yeah, I tried and I succeeded, so well done me. Number 5. If I had the opportunity, I could read all day long, any time of day. But as I said, I'm a university student. That is not a luxury I have. Fact number 6. The Harry Potter series was the first series I actually completed beginning to end on my own without any prompts from my parents. The Famous 5 series came really close. I just didn't have all the books, so I missed like 2 or 3 out, but Harry Potter was one that I started the first book and I finished the last book, and it was all because I wanted to. No prompts from the parents whatsoever. And on a side note, anybody who is a Potterhead, I am a Slytherin. There's a fact about you. I am a fellow snake if you are Slytherin. Yeah. Fact number 7, I do in fact have a Kindle, but I only ever use it if I'm going on holiday. Mainly because the TBR list I want to take on holiday is always too big for me to put on my case, so I just buy the books and I read them on my Kindle instead. Number 8, I have in fact planned an 18-book series. It's actually 4 series in one, all interconnecting, all part of the same universe. I just now need to write the books, and then I have other books on the side, just don't get me started on them, but the 18 books are my main priority at the moment. Number 9, my go-to series to read is YA, romance and fantasy. Fact number 10, since going to university my pace of reading has actually slowed down for non-uni books. I can read uni books quite fine because I'm quite good at skimming and only getting the facts that I need and the quotes I need, but when it comes to actual concentrating on a book and not skim reading it, I've slowed down a little bit, so it's not perfect. Number 11, I have 2 main spots where I like to read in this flat, which is I have an old man chair, as I call it, which is behind the camera, and then my bed in the evenings. Those are my 2 comfy spots. Fact number 12. In my flat currently, I don't actually own a bookcase. All my books are actually pushed to the side under my windowsill, so they're out of the way, people can't like fall over them or anything. And at home, the bookcase I have in my bedroom is actually almost overflowing with the amount of books I have. So when I actually move back home, the books I have here are just going to add to the madness of that bookcase, which is something I'm not looking forward to dealing with yet. Number 13. Something that'll explain number 12 and the fact that my bookcase is overflowing is the fact I am a book hoarder. I hate throwing away books. I always feel like I can make them look nice on my bookshelf. All of that. I'm a book hoarder, and it's a problem sometimes. Fact number 14. I absolutely hate it when people fold down the corners to mark where they are in a book. So I use absolutely anything I can as bookmarks for books that I'm reading. Normally it's post-it notes or like paper clips, but like people who fold the corners, it gives me the fear. I absolutely hate it. It gives me the fear. Number 15. The series I stopped reading, but I really want to go back. I think I might have to go back and start from the start. Is the Skullduggery Pleasant series. I absolutely fell in love with those books, and I only got like up to book 4, and then for some reason life took over and I just stopped reading them. So I think I might go back and start rereading them, and a series will eventually pop up on here. Fact number 16. If I had to choose between going to a big party, being sociable, biggest party of the year, or staying at home with a good book, nice cup of tea, 90% of the time I will always choose staying at home with a book. Mainly because going to the party would involve me actually having to put effort in, find an outfit, put some makeup on, being sociable. Yeah, that's the kind of person I am. Pyjamas over party clothes every day. Hashtag pyjamas over party clothes. Whatever party clothes are. Number 17. Since discovering Wattpad, I am always reading if I can. By that I mean like if I'm travelling somewhere, I've always got the Wattpad book up on my phone. I used to carry books around with me constantly, but now Wattpad, I have space, and if I finish a book I can start a new one straight away, so that's a bonus for me discovering Wattpad. Number 18, which I think this is going to be a common one between most booktubers. My TBR list grows at a bigger rate than my actual I've read list. Like, my TBR list seems to be growing constantly, and the books I have read don't seem to be dwindling that pile whatsoever, so it's a slight problem. But I feel like most booktubers, or just any book lover in general, has that kind of problem. Number 19. I'm a big character writer, so when I read a book, I always focus more on the characters than I do the plot, because I always feel like it's the characters that have to move the plot along. So if you have a really interesting character, that's more than going to grip me to read the story than a really interesting interwoven plot line and stuff like that. So I'm a huge character writer, which is why I'm a huge character lover when it comes to reading. Number 20. The one series I constantly reread over again, at least once a year I reread this series, is the Lord of the Rings book. So The Hobbit and all 3 Lord of the Rings books. I try and read that series at least once a year. Normally it's during the summer because I have them on my Kindle, so yeah. Number 21. Personally, I prefer to buy paperback copies of books than I do hardbacks. A, because they're cheaper, and B, I just feel I can read them better that way. Like, hardbacks, there's something about it I just don't like the feel, where paperbacks, I feel I can read them better. That's a bit weird, but that's just my personal opinion. Number 22. I have not read the Hunger Games series. I have the Hunger Games series and I have them in my bookcase. I just haven't read the books. My reasoning for this is I have watched all the films, and I really like the films and how the story has been adapted, I guess, and I really don't want to ruin or warp that version of the story that I've come to love with the actual books. I know that's a bit controversial and people are always like, read the source material first, but this is just the one instance that I'm like, I think I like the film version of the story because that's what was introduced to me a bit better than I do the actual version. So that's that fact. Number 23. I only listen to audiobooks of books that I've already read. And this is mainly because if I'm going to listen to an audiobook, I'm doing something else at the same time. So I prefer to read it. I prefer books that I've already read because then I kind of know the basic story already and I don't need to concentrate as hard on the story. Whereas if it's a first time reading, I want to put all my focus into that and get to know the story the first time, and actual reading is easier to do that. Number 24. I am in fact dyslexic, but this has never actually made my reading difficult. In fact, it's almost boosted my reading. My dyslexia comes out in my writing, which is a bit ironic as I do want to be. I want to go into screenwriting, though I have bought novels on the side. So yeah, my reading isn't hurt by my dyslexia, though there is certain colours that I read better in and small things like that, but I am a dyslexic reader. And last but not least, number 25, I learned the hard way not to lend out books. Yes guys, I gave someone a book and I never got it back. So now these days if I do lend a book out to someone, I all but trust that person with my life because I better be getting that back, and I know I will be getting that back, but I like never lend out books because of that instance when I did and I never got it back. It kind of still hurts a little. It hurts that I never got them back. Alright everyone, those were my 25 bookish facts. I am going to be tagging or suggesting that Pages and Prose does this tag because I did have a wee look on our channel and she hasn't done it yet, and I'd love to hear some of your facts. Thank you so much Lizzie for tagging me. I was wondering what I was going to do this week video wise, and this has been a lot of fun to just have a sit down and actually have a think and think, what kind of bookish things am I up to? Do I get up to? So it was really interesting to do. If any of you are interested in any of these facts, I'd love to know your thoughts in the comments below. Tell me 3 bookish facts or just general facts about you. I'd love to know your Hogwarts house. I'm always very curious about that. As I said before, I am a Slytherin, so what are you guys? I hope you enjoyed this video and I will see you very, very soon. Bye! Ugh, I like how to like write them all out. I'm also expecting a phone call, so it's gonna be fun. Just making sure she knows I'm online if she decides to phone me. It's been half an hour, she's not gonna. One of my most favourite, that's an English sentence, hold on Sarah. I will choose the book because going out to a party, I just got mentioned on Twitter. Oh, let's go and see what that is. I got lipstick on my hand. I got lipstick on my hand. I'm a mature adult.